Hi, I'm Jenna, licensed counselor and owner here at Central Texas Child and Family Counseling. In this video, I'll be sharing a brief overview of friendships and social skills for the early childhood years, which is roughly between the ages of 3 to 7 years old. Building friendships is a really important part of childhood. And for your young child, this process often starts with basic social skills. So I want to talk about how we as adults can help children between the ages of 3 and 7 build these foundational skills for healthy, happy friendships throughout their lifetime. So first, I want to say a little word about the different stages in development that your child is going through socially and in their friendships, because we see this in how your young child is playing. Now, very young babies, right, are just sort of like they're playing in solitude. They're just playing with their own toys. They're not really noticing those around them. As they get older, babies start to notice that there are people around them and they might have like a little bit of interaction when others initiate it. Um, at this early childhood stage with your child is moving possibly through what's a stage of play called parallel play. And that type of play is when you see a young child playing, let's say we have two children in a sandbox. One child might be playing with a truck, but they're pretty close to another child that's also playing in the sandbox, but this child might be playing by digging a hole in the sand, right? So they're not really playing together, but they're playing side by side. And this is usually happening around the age of 2. We might even see it at age 3. Around the age of 3, we start to see a transition into what is called associative play. An associative play would be two children that kind of look like they're parallel playing. They're maybe next to each other, but they might kind of associate a little bit. Let's say the one child with the truck is playing, and he or she might say something like, "Oh, there's a big hole over there, or that's where the valley is," right? So they're connecting to the child next to them who's digging the hole. And maybe the child who's digging the hole might associate something with the truck digging that hole. They're not together, but you're starting to see little glimpses of they're noticing one another and they're associating a little bit of their own individual play to people around them. As your child moves through this early stage of early childhood development stage that we're talking about, and this may be where your child is at, children move into what's called cooperative play. And this is around often starts at age 4 or older. But this is the type of play that we see throughout childhood where kids are playing together. Maybe they're taking turns on the slide or jump roping, or they're digging that hole together, but there's a lot more of that interaction. And with interaction and cooperative play, it becomes a little bit more complicated, right? So at your child's early stage, they're really going through and growing through so much. And at this stage, play itself is one of the primary ways that children connect with others. Play teaches your child how to share, teaches them how to take turns, teaches them how to work together. And these are all essential social skills for their entire life. For example, if two kids are building, let's say, a tower together, when they're doing just this simple act, they're learning how to communicate, they're learning how to compromise, they're building their vocabulary, their problem solving. So never, ever underestimate the power of play. Another key part of making friends for your young child is the ability to recognize and respond to emotions. And this is pretty complex for, people of any age, honestly. But young children often need even more help at identifying their feelings in themselves and identifying feelings in others. So, you as a caregiver can support your child by using tools like emotion cards or books about feelings, or even games about feelings, and maybe even some of you want to limit some of the screen time, but maybe some of the screen time activities or shows also are talking about feelings. And that's really great, is just to build up that emotional language and those feelings, identifying those feelings. And you can also talk to your child. So for instance, if your child sees a friend looking sad, you might say to your child, they look upset. What could we do to help? This builds empathy and connection. So you're helping your child to notice these things that they might not naturally notice, and you're helping to really build up and develop that skill. By practicing basic social skills with your child, like, even the skill of saying hi or can I play with you, you can help your child make a big difference in their confidence and how they're interacting with others as they're building up their social and friendship skills. And something that you can do at home to help with this is to role play to build up your child's confidence. You can take turns pretending, let's say, to be out at recess, and one of you can be the friend, and one of you can ask the friend to play, and then you turn it around, and then you do it the other way. Might seem silly to do these role play things with your young child, but this is one of the best ways that they can learn. Now, it's also normal for young children to struggle with the skills of working with others, like sharing, taking turns, managing big emotions that happen during play. This is all normal. So, when conflicts arise, I encourage you to use those as teaching moments. For example, if your child grabs a toy, guide your child to say, can I have a turn when you're done instead? So a lot of times we might rush in and say, no, don't do that. And while we do want to correct our children, we also want to show them what we do want them to see. So you can give them a chance for a redo. Hey, let's try that again. Let's have a redo. Instead of grabbing that toy, can you ask, can I play with that next? And then have your child actually practice saying, can I play with that next? Or whatever it is that you want to guide your child to say. When you have them redo, when you have them practice, you're actually creating the neuro connections for the behavior you want to see, instead of pouring a lot of attention and frustration onto what you don't want to see more of. So think of it as like we want to water what we want to grow, and we don't want to give a whole lot of energy that's unnecessary to those behaviors we don't want to see a lot of. Now, for early childhood, friendships are all about learning the basics of connection. By practicing social skills, by encouraging empathy, and by helping your child navigate challenges, you're really setting up your young child for success. And remember, if you need additional support, we have amazing therapists that are here to help you. Thank you so much for investing in your child's emotional health. By listening to this with intention, you're building so much of these skills that are going to help carry you through some of these parenting challenges and hopefully build up your child for success for a lifetime. So keep up the good work, parents. We're really proud of you. And thank you so much for watching this overview, for giving your trust to us and investing your time here for your child. So I hope you enjoyed this brief video on social and friendship skills for the early childhood years. Remember, this video, like all of our videos, are for informational purposes and they are not a replacement for therapy. If you have questions about your child's development or if you need specific guidance, please talk with your child's therapist. We're here to help. Thank you.